This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
There we go. Here on my own again tonight, so just trying to get it all set up properly. Zarn was supposed to help me at half an hour ago, but he hasn't turned up, so I'm hoping it's all right. Find My says he's at home and stuff, so here we go. And we just did a little chat. Did that. There we go. So yeah, welcome to show 377 Aussie Mac Zone. So as I said, Zarn, he might pop in later on. And so our Aussie Apple ramblings this week. So very, very sorry we missed you last week, but we had a family funeral and a wedding to get through. Congrats to Zarn on his wedding, you see. That's where we're at. So, pardon me. So now we've got all of this stuff on your own. There we go. Back to there. We go over to here. Spring loaded. Now someone said that logo, colourful logo, is an Easter egg. It looks like it's got two E's. I can't quite see an Easter egg, but if it's Easter egg, well, there you go. Came out today, and we've got the 21st of April at 3 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So special Apple event announcement for the April at 3:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The invite is titled Spring Loaded, so it sounds like there would be loads to talk about or be released. Apple has previously had a Spring Forward event where they announced the Apple Watch and the MacBook 12-inch. They also announced updates to existing product lines and cut the price of the Apple TV. So here's hoping. Of course, more in the show notes. For every story we do, there is more in the show notes. Now, there we go. We go to there. Now, Apple releases iPhone, iPad, and Watch security patches for 0-day bug under active attack. Yahoo Finance reports vulnerability under active attack by hackers. The security update lands as iOS 14.4.2, iPad OS 14.4.2, which also covers a patch to older devices as iOS 12.5.2, and Watch OS also updates to 7.3.3. Apple said the vulnerability discovered by security researchers Google's Project Zero may have been actively exploited by hackers. The bug found in WebKit, the browser engine that powers the Safari browser across all Apple devices. It's not known who is actively exploiting the vulnerabilities or who might have fallen victim. Apple did not say if the attack was targeted against a small subset of users or if it was a wider attack. It's the third time, by our count, that Apple has pushed out a security-only update this year to fix flaws under active attack. Earlier this month, the company released patches for similar vulnerabilities in WebKit. So, as we become more and more popular, people want more and more of us, don't they? That's basically what it boils down to. So, yeah. So just please think about what you're clicking, think about what you're doing, where you're going. That's the most important thing I can think of to get you to do. So, yes. Security, think about it. Also, make sure you got backups so that you can just wipe whatever they've done, and you can go back to your backup. Yeah, so try and keep your updates up to date, your backups up to date. Yeah, very important. Very, very important. I can't stress enough about backups. I can't. I get so many people. I get people in tears because they've lost all their photos of the kids growing up and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, please, please, please back up. Now, Epic's case against Apple in Australia might be over. Mac Rumors reports Epic Games and Apple are involved in a highly public lawsuit in the United States, but Epic has also sued Apple in other countries, including Australia. Now, in an attempt to boost its chances of getting a favourable ruling, things aren't quite going Epic's way, however, as the justice overseeing the case today decided that he's going to let the two companies battle it out in the United States. According to Gizmodo Australia, the Australian case has been stayed for 3 months, and for anything to move forward, Epic Games has to file a lawsuit in California alleging violations of Australian consumer law. Basically, the Australian judge wants Epic to file its Australian case in the United States, which would see Judge Gonzales Rogers, who was overseeing the US dispute, managing both cases. In this situation, Gonzales Rogers would need to try the case under US law and then Australian law. Now, Epic Games has 3 months to file the Australian lawsuit in the California, and if that doesn't happen, the Australian case will be permanently stayed. In other words, they're just going to drop it. Now, the only way that the proceedings can be brought back to the Australian court is if Judge Gonzales Rogers declines to determine whether Apple has violated Australian law. Epic can also appeal, but an appeal won't be heard until November at the earliest, which is after the Epic versus Apple in the States is already in progress. Now, in a statement, Epic Games said it remains committed to its fight in Australia and around the world. Now, also, the US court dealing with the May 3 Apple Epic trial over App Store rules has used a motion denial to remind the two sides that trial is meant for measured consideration of evidence, not surprises. So what they're saying is basically don't bring any crap. Just come with the exact things that you want to complain about and prove that that's an issue. No gaming because young Zarn's not here, but our entertainment section, let's see where we're up to here. Not that one, that one. Sorry, we're driving a couple of computers here at the same time. And having two mouse to control. Anyway, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? Now, entertainment. Apple TV Plus announces comedy Trying, renewed for season 3. It's a really good English production, a British production. Apple TV's first British production, the comedy series Trying, has been renewed for a 3rd season. Season 2 of the shows, which stars Rafe Spall and Esther Smith, as the lead couple, will debut on May 14. Now, Trying is a light-hearted comedy that explores the process of adoption. The series will debut its sophomore season episodes on a weekly basis, whereas the first season was dropped all at once on May 1st. Now, Season 2 production was originally scheduled to begin in the summer of 2020, but was naturally held up by the pandemic. It's not yet clear when Season 3 will begin shooting or when Apple TV subscribers can expect to see it. But, it'll be here. We know it'll all be here. Now, our next one. This is one I'm looking forward to. The next one. Apple TV Plus announces Black and Blues, the colourful ballad of Louis Armstrong documentary. Apple TV Plus has announced its latest original film, Black and Blues, The Colourful Ballad of Louis Armstrong. The company describes this as a definitive documentary about Armstrong. The documentary is produced under Apple's first look agreement with Imagine Documentaries and will be directed by Sasha Jenkins, Julie Anderson, Sarah Bernstein and Justin Wilkin. Brian Grazer and Ron Howard serve as executive producers. The film offers a definitive look at the master musician's life and legacy as a founding father of jazz, the first pop star, and a cultural ambassador of the United States. He was loved by millions worldwide, but often mischaracterized for not doing enough to support the civil rights movement. In reality, his fight for social justice was fueled by his celebrity and his willingness to break his silence on issues of segregation and patriotism. Now, with the support of the Louis Armstrong Educational Foundation, the filmmakers have access to a trove of never-before-seen archival materials, including hundreds of hours of audio recordings, film footage, photographs, and personal diaries. Black and Blues, The Colourful Ballad of Louis Armstrong, doesn't have a release date yet, but will join another documentary from Apple Imagine partnership, Dads, which debuts ahead of US Father's Day on June the 19th, which was also a lot of fun. Dads, that was, watching that was also been really good so far, the first series. Now, here's an intro. Oh, hang on, here we go. We can go back here, add to screen. We are live, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Sorry about the headset.
That's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
My children have been into my studio stuff and stolen headphones and stuff, and so I've had to use my gaming headset here.
All good. All
I look
good.
like Madonna.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Now, we can go straight into gaming. Yeah.
I wish we could.
I'll just get back
Hang on a second.
to there and then go back from there to there.
Come on, start up. Oh, seriously. Anyway, that's fine. Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what I'm going to talk about anyway, so that's fine. I just don't have my notes with me, which my notes are up on our show notes.
Yes, they will be.
And so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the NBA or Apple Arcade NBA 2K21.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. The graphics look so good. I'm so excited about this. I haven't played this yet, by the way. But I love these games. I have since I was a little kid when the first basketball games came out and the graphics were nowhere near as good as this, and now I can get this on my phone.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is just fantastic. So if everyone's seeing the picture now, that's just so you can build your character, your stats. There's not much you can't do on these NBA 2K games. They're fantastic. I love them. So I'm really excited to play this. Once I do play this, there will be a massive review on everything that happens. Because I know how good they are on a console. So I can't wait to get in and play it from Apple Arcade. I'll be playing it on my big screen as well because it's the only way you should play NBA 2K. And so, yes, that's that. I just thought I'd tell everybody that I was excited about this. The game I'm actually reviewing this week is called...
Wait a minute. Yep. So what you missed at the beginning of the show was...
Yep.
Congratulations on your wedding.
Oh, thank you.
We did tell everybody at the beginning that you...
Yes, I got married on Saturday. I'm sure, Michael, you know the bride, I think. It's your daughter, Kellyanne.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, we had an amazing day.
Yes.
Everyone was just fabulous. The photographer, Dale Martin, was a close personal friend of ours. Just did an amazing job. Please, if anybody's in the Sydney area is looking for an amazing photographer, please look up Dale Martin and his photography. I will get his Facebook page and Insta and everything like that, and I promise I will post that next week. So you guys can check out what he's done. He does some amazing landscape stuff as well. He goes spelunking with a team through the Blue Mountains and takes shots there. He's on the beach. He's everywhere, and everywhere he goes, he takes phenomenal pictures. Which, like, again, we're just lucky enough to have him for our wedding.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, if you're in Queensland, Judy Novak was our celebrant. She's from the Gold Coast. She's also absolutely amazing. Did a great personalised job on our wedding. I couldn't have been happier. So if you're in the Gold Coast and you're watching and you're thinking, man, what are we going to do about a celebrant? Judy Novak is the one to call.
Yes. Absolutely.
Other than that, Kellyanne looked absolutely stunning the whole day. She was amazing, and I'm a very, very lucky man. My 4 beautiful children were just fabulous. My 3 young boys and Jake, who is 25, he was just phenomenal. He helped so much, and pushing Kelly around up and down hills and stuff like that because she was in a wheelchair at the moment after her surgery. So, yes, shout out to him. Obviously to my in-laws who are just amazing as well, who let me do silly podcasts with them each week, even though I'm terrible. So, and my mother-in-law, if I don't say thank you to her, she'll probably murder me as well. You got to mention the mother-in-law. You got to keep them on side.
Yeah, always.
Yep. She's amazing. She is the most helpful, beautiful human being I've ever met in my life. Besides my wife, obviously. I've also got to keep that point. And so we're very lucky, thanks to all my family, all that sort of stuff. I could rant about this.
It was a great day. Yep.
Yes.
So tell me about the game.
The next game. Here we go. So this is called Sing Song Party. Was that right? Because I don't have notes because my silly phone won't work for some reason.
What was it called? Hang on, I'll get back there.
Yep.
Song Pop Party?
Song Pop Party, that's right.
Yeah.
So we've been playing this for about a week now at home on the big screen and on our phones, because you can play it solo by yourself. If you've got a headset, your headphones or whatever, you can plug them in and you can travel around and play it on the train or wherever you're commuting to or on. It was great fun. If you know every song lyric from about 1987 onwards like I do, it's also fun. Not because I want to, just because that's how my brain works. And I love it. I love this sort of stuff, music trivia, that sort of thing. And so we've been playing it at home, Kellyanne and I. It's a laugh because I'll be in the kitchen and I'll hear a song and I'll just yell out the name of the song or who it's by, and hopefully that's the right answer, because sometimes I ask for the artist, sometimes I ask for the name of the song, I just yell it out, and then you'll hear Kellyanne, if it's, who's it by? And then I've got to also get that. And we've been having great fun playing this and just laughing at each other, because some of the 80s pop is terrible, but I know, who did it. So like Joy Division and things like that.
Yeah.
And
whoever they are.
Yeah, right. So it's just lots and lots of fun. Also, they've got a kids mode, so you can go and play kids songs.
Yeah.
Now, my kids don't know the name to any of the songs that they listen to, but they know what songs they like. And when they come on, they dance around the room, everything like that, while we guess the name of the song or name of who performs it.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And having 3 younger kids dancing around the house while you're playing a music trivia game can only make you happier.
That's
for
right.
it.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was great fun watching my kids dance around and laughing with Kellyanne, especially because she's a bit down at the moment, being sort of confined after surgery. So we've been stuck in the house or thereabouts. And so we've been trying to find all sorts of different fun, and this has been one of them. If you like music trivia and you're into, there's so many different genres on here, hip hop, 90s alternative, there's just rock, and then there's 80s, there's 70s, I think it goes out to 60s.
Excellent.
Which I'm sure Michael would love. No, I'm just
I love Apple's 60s playlist. I do.
Yeah.
I love the 60s playlist on Apple Music.
Yeah, we listen to that too, actually. It's quite good.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like a little bit of 60s soul.
We had that playing at the wedding.
Yep, we did. It was great. Like again, there's nothing like a little bit of 60s soul music. It's fantastic. It's definitely gets your butt shaking.
Oh, sorry, we didn't have it playing at the wedding.
What did you have playing at the wedding then? Because that was all that old.
No. We didn't have that playing at the wedding.
Okay.
We don't want to get into trouble.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to give this 5 apples.
Wow.
Out of 5. Yeah, 5 out of 5 apples, just because it was so much fun, and it involved everybody. Excellent. And we were laughing at the kids dancing. They were having fun. We're also laughing at trying to get songs right, and what we thought songs were called, and that sort of stuff. And so, if you want good family fun, then this is a game. It's actually really worthwhile.
That's excellent.
So we just went live again, and it's just started counting from 5, 6. So I don't know if we've dropped out and come back in, but
no, mine's still counting the same.
Okay, so mine's just got 12 seconds on it. 14, 15. Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah,
no, but you've still been powering along, I'm sure. So
excellent. So that's my game reviews.
Yeah. That's cool.
So NBA, if you've played it, I don't know, has it come out yet? I don't think they've released it yet. I think I'm still waiting for it. That's why I haven't played it. I think it's released later this month. So get straight onto it. Straight away. NBA 2K21 for Apple Arcade. It's going to be awesome. And Song Pop that we just seen then, trivia, that was a great family fun. If that's what you're looking for, especially in the school holidays, if you're just looking for a down day because you've been absolutely off your feet with your kids, this is a great, sort of chill out, dance around the lounge room with your little kids and have some fun and laughs. So, yeah.
And there's a few other things happening with Apple Arcade too, because they've released some old things, which we'll talk about later on, but like Threes and Fruit Ninja.
Yep.
They've released. So if you're paying for your Apple Arcade and you want to get newer version of Threes, just so that it works with your newer devices, or Fruit Ninja, and I think they just released 50 new games, so we're at least up to 100, at least 150.
I think there's 40 new games, so we go up to 140 now.
Okay.
Yep.
So
which I was really excited about, because I'd been through a lot of these games with you guys over the last 12 months, especially in lockdown. And some of them I didn't review because I just didn't want to. Others I liked, but there was a few there, like I reviewed last time I was on. There was a few games that were starting to be a bit similar, and I'm like, oh. But then as soon as that happened, I think it was a few days after I even complained about this, they dropped another 40-something games.
Does that mean they listen to us?
Yeah, that's right, they do. Yeah, if you want something done, you tell us. Don't. So we're really lucky that happened, and the games they've brought to the table they're not weaklings. I'm talking like with this trivia game, the song pop game, and NBA 2K21 is a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
That's, once that's released, people line up for this game, and wait for its release. It's, what fantasy basketball is made of. You know what I mean? This is how you build teams. This is how you, become an NBA All-Star with these games. So, yeah.
All right.
there's a few other things too. Like, I know that I've got some lists on my phone, top 10 games released in the last sort of few months, not a few months, but the top 10 games that have been played the most in the last few months, and things like that we'll look at next week. And I'm going to try and do 2 games again a week now. And get on top of this gaming thing. So I know I've been a little bit absent and so forth for the past 12 months, but I think that's expected of everybody, really, after all the crazy stuff that happened. So
what happened?
Yeah. I know, right?
So, getting back to the stories.
Oh, stupid phone.
Not working?
No, I can't get it to oh, hang on. What's happened there? When I just do... No. Come on, you can do it.
That's all right. So, why the iPhone isn't Apple's most valuable product? INC reports, you can certainly make a good case that the iPhone is the product that made Apple a $2 trillion company.
Yeah.
Apple sells a lot of iPhones, more than $65 billion worth in the company's most recent quarter alone, partly because iPhones are, well, cool. They aren't always the best smartphones. They don't always have the best cameras or displays. Until last year, they didn't even have 5G, something almost every other manufacturer had already added to their flagships.
That's right.
But people like iPhones. They also like their iPads and their Macs,
yes,
which happen to have a pretty good year of their own in 2020. I think you could even make an argument that Apple is still a computer company at its soul and the Mac is at its heart.
Yes.
Now, none of those, however, is Apple's most valuable product. For that matter, they aren't the most important thing Apple sells. The most valuable thing Apple sells is trust. Before I explain why, it's worth asking a question. Is trust really a product? To answer that, it's important to understand that it is people are actually buying when they buy something from Apple. Take the iPhone, for example. Sure, they're buying a device with glass and aluminium, an A14 processor and cameras. When people buy something from Apple, however, they're buying an experience. They expect that the company is going to deliver something that delights them. They expect that Apple says it's transitioning all of its hardware to its own internal process and puts up slides with very vague figures about performance and battery life that the company isn't going to ruin what it's like to use a Mac. They trust that Apple has figured it out and they don't have to understand things like universal binaries and Rosetta 2 to know whether their software will run. They expect it will just work. Whether it's setting up a new iPhone, connecting a pair of earpods, syncing their photos, or paying something online with Apple Pay. By the way, that's why it doesn't work. It's so disappointing coming from Apple. It's why so many people are vocal about the way the company manages the App Store. People expect more when you're selling trust. They expect that what they buy will respect their privacy and not to monetize their personal information. Some might even argue that the thing that separates Apple from its competition, its core brand value, is actually privacy. But I don't think that that's necessarily right. I think that Apple's push to make apps respect your privacy is another aspect of how it continues to build a huge amount of trust equity with its users. There's a bit more to that story that Jason Atten has written in Inc. And again, link in the show notes.
I couldn't agree more. Like, trust, it should be a product.
Yeah.
You should. It should be part of the product that you buy, and it is when you buy Apple. And I always sound biased because of what we do, like. But before I met you guys, I didn't really care what phone or whatever I had, and if it broke, I just bought another cheap one. And then learning about them, for the last 10 years with you guys, that they're amazing. My phone, I'm still using an iPhone 7. I still haven't bought a new phone. I keep on saying I'm going to, but this phone is as bashed up and as beat up as this phone is. It just keeps on working. and I don't have, like face recognition or anything like that. But other than that, I'm still running the same program system as you guys are running.
Face recognition didn't work last year anyway.
Yeah.
Because everyone had their masks on.
Yeah. So, so I definitely believe that is a product. Come on. And
just let the kids play with it all day and it goes flat. Now you got to wait for it.
It's running now. There we go. And it's charging. It's the cable more than anything else at the moment. Yeah. And so yeah, I think they're definitely trustworthy, and they work phenomenally well. They are really, really user friendly. I've got an aftermarket microphone in my car, so I can drive and talk my Bluetooth, and it adapts to it so easy, so much so that I can just ask for Siri through this aftermarket product, and no hassles. It understands.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there, and it does it. And no matter what I ask it to, I'll ask it something silly like, we'll be in the car with the boys and they want to hear Fibber Island, where they might be giants. And so, I'll say it, and then say, can you play Fibber Island? And I don't say the whole song or anything like that. And then she comes back to me saying, Fibber Island by They Might Be Giants. Now play. and does it for me,
Yeah.
Keeping me out of trouble because I'm not handling my phone.
Yeah.
And again, I'm using old technology. This isn't the latest phone. It's quite old now, and
but
it's still working fantastically.
Software driving it is right there.
Yep.
And that significantly, that's another huge point between an Apple device and a Samsung device is because
Absolutely.
so many Samsungs that are the same age as yours aren't running the latest software because the service provider won't let them put it on or won't make it available or unless you're running a Google Pixel or something like that, which have got the same sort of deal. But it makes and I don't know how they keep up with they don't have security updates. They just don't have them.
Yeah.
So very frustrating. That's the bit that frustrates me the most is not getting the
security
updates.
Now.
Because you don't want your
security
family members to be screwed.
Security is number one too. Of course, the boys have got iPads and everything like that. My boys are young, so security is really important.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't have to worry about that sort of stuff because I know it's covered.
That's right.
They're on top of it, and so it's great peace of mind.
Because you trust Apple.
Yeah.
Now, Apple announces Find My Network.
Are we doing entertainment?
We've done that.
Oh, we have?
Yeah.
Before gaming, was it? Sorry.
Yeah. Before you, because I left the gaming, did the entertainment, did the next story, and then you came back. Yeah. You came in.
What story are we up to?
We're up to story 5.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. Professionalism. Story 4. Oh, that was meant to be read by me.
That's all right.
Story 5. There we go. Story 5. Yep. Excellent.
So, Apple announces Find My Network and 3 initial accessory maker partners. Now, we're talking about Find My Phone, Find My Mac, Find My whatever, right? People. So, Mac Stories reports Apple updated the Find My app to allow third-party products to take advantage of its network of devices to locate lost and stolen belongings from the app's new Items tab. Now, according to an Apple press release, for more than a decade, our customers relied on Find My to locate their missing or stolen Apple devices, all while protecting their privacy. Bob Borchers, Apple's Vice President of Worldwide Product Marketing, now we're bringing the powerful finding capabilities of Find My, one of our most popular services, to more people with the Find My network accessory program. We're thrilled to see how Belkin, Chipolo and Van Moof are utilising this technology and can't wait to see what other partners create. The Find My Network program, which is part of Apple's Made for iPhone program, allows accessory makers to hook into Apple's Find My Network to locate belongings securely and privately. Apple has also said it is publishing a draft specification for chip makers later this spring, US time, so they can take advantage of precise directional capabilities of Apple's short-range U1 chip. Now, Apple announced 3 initial partners who are incorporating Find My into their products. Van Moof is integrating the feature into its S3 and X3 e-bikes. Belkin that's so people don't knock off your $2,000 electric bike.
Yep.
Belkin is including it in its Soundform Freedom True wireless earbuds. So again, like Apple's earbuds, you can find them, you can play sound through them if you lose one or it goes behind the couch or whatever. Ends up in your wallet, whatever.
Yeah.
And Chipolo is using Find My in its one-spot item finder. So that's like from what I can gather, Chipolo is doing a thing like the Apple tags that we're desperately waiting on, or the Apple, what's the other one called? I can't think what it's called now. But yeah, the thing for finding, they have tags for finding stuff.
Yeah.
And as I said, lots of car keys currently, like car keys are $800 to $1,000 just for the car key.
Yeah, they're not like you can go to like a locksmith now and get a key cut like you could with an old Datsun or something like that, for $4.
Got to be programmed, blah 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 blah. So that's why I'm waiting to see what Apple's doing. There's a few people offer different systems, but the advantage of using Find My, say so someone knocks off your e-bike, rides it down 5 blocks down the road, gets off, and then walks to catches a bus or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And anybody with an iPhone that walks past that e-bike, once you've reported that it's missing in your phone,
yep,
gets pinged by that e-bike will be just send out a little ping. I walk past, it pings my phone. You walk past, it pings your phone. Anyone else walks past, it pings their phone and says, oh, well, this person was over here, this person was here, this person was here. The bike must be like there.
Yeah.
And if you can get within 100 metres, in a circle of 100 metres of where something is that you've lost or has been stolen.
Yeah, you're going to find it.
You'll find it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that, and because there's so many iPhones around, just pinging, we'll find stuff. We'll find people lose stuff at the beach, we'll find it. You know what I mean? So now, Find My integration with third-party products will work just like it does with the Apple devices, allowing users to things like play a sound, locate items on a map, and put them in lost mode to lock them. Apple says all 3 partners' products will be available next week, with more partnerships rolling out soon. Can't wait. As I said,
awesome.
What we said right at the beginning, Zarn, when you weren't here, is Apple have got a special event on April 20 at 3 a.m. our time in the morning.
Yep.
So, we don't know what's going to be announced, of course, but hopefully Apple tags, if they really exist.
I know, that'd be great. I need them just because we lose the keys so much. So
I know, like the batteries will supposedly last for 2 years. At your place, we're going to be 6 months probably because you have to ping them so often. But anyway,
I know.
I still love you, right?
Yeah. It's not me that loses them.
No, it's the kids.
I mean, it is me that loses
the kids. The kids.
Yeah.
So, you got the next
How
one?
iMessage became the world's most important invisible social network. iMore reports, many people view iMessage as texting, but it's so much more than that. If you look closer, believe it or not, your iPhone is actually a host of a secret ongoing war between two fractions, and most of that war is playing out right underneath your nose. You can see and feel the effect of the secret war right inside the Message app in iOS 14. That's right, I'm talking about the Blue Bubble Brigade versus the Green Glob Goblins. Or, if you don't live in a weird fantasy world, also, world as I do, it's true, iMessage versus SMS. iMessage might be the single best iPhone feature. People often talk about how Apple's ecosystem is designed in such a way that makes it hard to leave. And iMessage may be the most perfect example of that. It's true.
Yeah.
It has shaped the way we communicate with other Apple users. When you get a Blue Bubble message in your Message app, a part of you likely feels good, like you're part of a super secret club. That's how most social networks are designed to work. They make you spend as much time interacting with them as possible. If I was to add up all the hours I spend on my iPhone in various apps, I guarantee you Messages would likely be among the top of my most used apps. Same with me. Most of my family have iPhones on my mum's side, where most of them I think all of them do actually have iPhones, and so we send and things like that. So anyway, back to that. Sending blue bubbles back and forth to friends is a big reason why. When you hear the term social network, you probably think of the big social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. iMessage is likely not even in that conversation, which it's not. And why is that? After all, a social network is defined as an application that enables users to communicate with each other by posting information, comments, messages, images, etc. iMessage has slowly but surely been adding features all the time that lets users communicate in so many different ways, and it really does. And typically, those features end up becoming staples in my day-to-day messaging. Once you learn how to use tapbacks in iMessage, or realize your favorite gift generating app has an iMessage app, it becomes impossible not to use them all the time. That's also true. It spices up the bland communication format that is SMS and offers its own twist to the experience. Sharing pics, uploading GIFs, sharing contacts info, transferring money, adding events to your calendar. The list goes on. There's nothing you can't do with the power of iMessage and those beautiful blue bubbles. There's more in the show notes. But may I say, I do this all the time. I film myself and then send it through. I send silly gifts to Kellyanne when she's being cheeky at work. It really is a social network. And not just that, we use it. We have whole family chats on iMessage. You know, it's not just me and you sending texts. Our whole little family are on there on one message, and we're all talking to each other and sending silly pictures and things like that. So I never thought about it until I read that, but it's definitely a social network.
Yeah, and since we got that groups thing,
the groups
really just click on that. Pump them out. Yeah,
I know, it's great. Like even events, like saying, "Oh, we're going to go to the park on Saturday. Who wants to come?" And you can just send it to the family. You guys, Ben, does anybody want to come for a barbie at the park on Saturday? And everyone gets it. It's one message. It's all through iMessages. It's great.
Yeah. And speaking of families, our big fans are watching us. So I just said, well, hi, big fans and daughter, love you. So, yeah.
Oh, wait, here. Hello.
Our champions.
I know. Hey, Levi. Ready? I know you can hear us.
Yes, that's right.
You always yell. As soon as you say hello to him, I can hear him up better than the house. Ah! Hi, Mason, and hi, Hunter as well.
That's right.
And hello,
My
Clem.
three buddies, my three little buddies.
That's right.
How to search web content from within Safari. Apple Insider tells us you use Safari to get you to a website, but once you're there, Apple's browser has some more tricks for zeroing on what specifically you're looking for. Here's how to turn Safari from a passive display of information to a helpful research tool. So Google has just returned a list of websites, and underneath the top one, you can see precisely the information you want. Or rather, you can see at the start of it and have to click to get the page to find the rest. But when you're on the page, and for the life of you, you simply can't find the same text that Google just showed you on the results page. Unfortunately, one possibility is that it isn't there. Google may have shown you a cache of an older version of the page. Even when it's there, though, it can be hard to spot because of the design of the page, because of the sheer tonnage of text to scroll through. That's where the simplest and probably most overlooked Safari feature comes in.
Sorry, the boys were saying hello. I can hear them all saying hello.
Excellent, excellent. Using on this page on iOS. So go to any site in Safari on your phone or iPad. Tap the address bar as if you're about to go somewhere else. Type a search term, but don't press enter. Swipe up from about midway down the screen to dismiss the keyboard. Scroll down to on this page heading. Now, if the search term you're looking for is anywhere on that page, on the site's current page, it will be listed along with how many times it's there. If it isn't on the page, the heading changes to on this page, no matches, and you know to move on with your life. Now, if you want to search within a site on a Mac, in Safari, open your Mac, go to the website, click Command F for find, or choose Edit Find, find from the menus. Type in the search term. On the Mac, the moment you've typed something that can be found on the page, the Mac highlights it immediately. It doesn't wait. It highlights the first occurrence in yellow and all of the occurrences in white. So you can scroll down and see where they are, or you can read the first and step through the rest one by one. To step through, you just use the arrow buttons on the search bar that you've just entered text into. Where the iPhone has those as up and down arrows, the Mac has them as left and right. So that's how to do it. Again, more information on the show notes. Don't forget, there's a link each week on the show you upload, the link being... Sir?
Sorry, AussieMacZone.com.au AMZ 377. Oh, wow. There, you will see the last 6 weeks of show notes.
You can email us, Michael or Zarn, at AussieMacZone.com.au.
However you listen to your podcasts, remember to rate us because it helps us. So leave us a like, comment, a star, whatever it is, however it works.
And even if you don't like us, give us a rating anyway, because that way it'll encourage people that you don't like either.
Yeah.
Might get them to listen to it.
That's right. Oh, well, then they like it. And then they'll listen to us and they'll realise why they don't like it.
That's right. Apple News. We've got Apple News coming up, especially on the 20th.
Yep.
I'll be doing the live stuff again. Thanks to our supporters, you, our listeners.
Absolutely.
Over to Zarn for that infamous sign-off.
That's right. And so I just want you to remember Mr. and Mrs. Kerr say, an apple a day keeps the androids away. See you later, guys.
Thank you. There we go.